So it's official now. Andrew Tate has been officially charged by the Romanian authorities, and yeah, man, I want to go ahead and just clear that up because there is many videos online that are talking about how, you know, he hasn't been charged, or I've been preached talking about how he's been officially charged. No, he's been officially charged. June 20th, 2023, charged for rape, human trafficking, and of course creating an organized crime group. Now, I want to go ahead and say that this doesn't mean that he's going to prison. This just means that he has to defend himself in a court of law. And of course, he's going to be defending himself against the women who are accusing him of such and such crime. And this is going to be pretty interesting because for the longest, Andrew Tate has been talking about how they're not going to charge him because they have nothing. He's seen the evidence. And of course, we have not. Of course, this is a reference to when he was talking with Lucy from the BBC.
I am absolutely not really sure I'll be found innocent. I know the case better than you. I know it intimately and you don't. I have seen all the criminal files and the evidence against me and you haven't.
Yeah, which is going to be quite interesting. Now, as you guys know, Andrew Tate, he's quite the social figure. He talks a lot online. He has his own podcast. He goes on Fresh and Fit. And so he has said so much of what he believes, so much of what he's done, so much of what he's explained about his life is online. Now, the reason why I say this is interesting is because I don't know if you guys know this, but back in 2015, he was actually charged for similar crimes back in the UK. There were women who came out against Tate, and fortunately for him, he was never charged with anything. They were dropped. And that was because there wasn't that much evidence to charge him with. Now, we're talking about a different time. This is 2023 now. He has said so much online that he's practically snitched on himself in some way. Obviously, he goes on Fresh and Fit. He goes on his own podcast. He goes on other people's podcasts. And he always talks about how he created this business of cam girls.
Me and these two chicks, we just start fucking hammering the webcam game. Problem is, another thing I knew, when I talk about what women don't find, that women don't know what men find attractive, earlier on this podcast, everything I said, the webcam company I was running proved that perfectly. The women who were on stream were beautiful, but they didn't have a fucking clue what to say. They were saying all the wrong shit, man. Every day they were saying the wrong shit, and we were losing customers. I had these guys selling their houses, life savings, loans, all of it to me. Give me it all. So like, and it's basic shit, right? You'd have a guy.
You feel bad or no?
Fuck no. To give a solitary fuck.
Some people will say that this is out of context. Listen, the description down below, you will find the link. Go ahead and click it. And you will see that it's so much worse when he describes it in detail. And I know there's going to be people out there that are going to state that, no, Andrew Tate is not like that. He actually respects women. He donates to women. He does all of these donations. Listen, man, regardless of that, I mean, we have to pay attention to what went on during the years when he was with these girls. The donation part, him donating, that's good on his part, but you're not going to convince me that he's a good guy because he's donating. Because we have to pay attention to what he was doing during those times. And of course, the authorities are also paying attention to what he was doing during those times. They don't care about his donations. The donations, they look good whenever you have to present yourself to your peers, the jurors. But I don't think that they're going to have jurors in Romania. So I don't even think that's going to matter. What matters is what went on, the evidence. And of course, they're going to present that. And that's what people are going to be paying attention to. I want to go ahead and talk about ideas that pertain to the Andrew Tate case. There's two of them in mind. The first idea that comes to mind is that they waited 6 months to charge him because they had very little evidence. By the end of it, they needed to charge him because they didn't want to look bad to the public. Now, the second one is that they waited 6 months to make sure they can maximize all of the evidence to make sure that they can convict Andrew Tate. Because, again, he was convicted back in 2015, but the charges were dropped. Now, they don't want to risk anything, and so they want to go all out, and they want to ensure that they can use the maximum amount of time possible. Those are like the two things that come to mind. And what's even more crazy is that Andrew Tate is facing potential charges that are coming from the UK. I believe there's 4 women that are coming after him in the UK. And you know what else I think is crazy? Even if he does get convicted, there's still going to be people out there who are going to think that he's innocent, that he was wrongfully charged. And the thing with that is that I feel like Andrew, he's kind of in a position to continue to play that idea of this entire situation or this entire case being a psyop. they're out to get him. This is a political move from his adversaries, and they want to make him look as terrible as possible to convince people that Andrew Tate is not somebody that people should follow.
But they will continue to try and convince you that I am something I am not on repeat over and over and over again. These people are worse than disingenuous. They are worse than simply liars. They are evil. They are a club. And if you sell your soul and join the club, they offer you protection. And if you don't, they aim to destroy you, which is what they're trying to do to me.
And with that, I want to go ahead and say that could potentially be the case. I don't know, because there is people out there who will do anything to silence people, right? But at the same time, he could have done all of these things that people are accusing him of. And the reason why I tend to lean towards that side a little more is because there are so many people that are involved in this case, so many reputations on the line, that I doubt any one of those people would want to risk their own reputations just to save one person. Because understand, you're out here, you're trying to save a person, right? But then your reputation is tarnished. You can no longer be that awesome lawyer that you want to be, or that awesome cop that you want to be. The judge too is also a part of it. Like, everybody has their own goals, and I think that we forget that. Everybody thinks that there's people out there that are conspiring against a person to just kind of work together to take down these people. Understand that there's reputations involved, and everybody has their own goals, and there's probably people in this entire case that probably agree with Andrew Tate but can't do anything about it because they have to take an objective approach to this case. I tend to lean towards that side more than like this being an entire conspiracy against Andrew Tate to take him down. Yeah, so those are my thoughts. And before I end the video, I do want to go ahead and just showcase to you guys something hilarious that I saw in that Tate interview with Patrick Bet David. I'm sure that if you haven't seen it, man, go watch it. It's 4 hours long. I watched all of it. It was very interesting. I love it, man. But there was one particular moment in the Andrew Tate interview where I was just like, come on, man. Come on. Are you serious?
They failed and they made a hero out of me, which is what I'm actually scared of. I am scared by the incompetence of my enemy. I am scared by the fact that they are failing so monumentally. If they had been half successful with the cancellation, none of this would have happened. If the cancellation made me an obscure internet personality, it'd be over. If I would have just allowed them to beat me, none of this would have happened. But I beat them. And that's the problem. Now I'm sitting here going, okay, well, after I beat the BBC, after I destroyed the BBC, Tristan gave me a high five. He's like, oh, you wrecked them. They're going to look so stupid. I said, bro, we've sunk the HMS Hood. When I destroyed the BBC, my brother was celebrating. I knew. I said, Tristan, no. You don't beat the British Broadcasting Corporation and make fools of them like this without some new bullshit. I fucking knew it. I'm winning too well. I'm scared by the incompetence of these clowns. But I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. Am I supposed to lose?
When I heard him say that, I was just thinking about myself like, come on, man, you can't be serious about that. And you know what else too? Even Patrick Bet David, he was kind of scratching his head and just kind of like, he couldn't help but ask Andrew Tate, like, are you sincere? Like, you sincerely believe that?
You sincerely don't know what the right move is.
I sincerely have decided that the best thing I can do is stay true to my faith and stay true to God and tell the truth and fight.
Okay, Andrew. I mean, everybody has their own way of dealing with stress. This is Andrew Tate's form of dealing with stress. Of course, he involves a lot of humor. I'm all for it, man. It makes people laugh. Why not, right? Anyways, that's all I got for you guys. And yeah, hopefully you guys learned something today.